Well, hello there folks, thanks for clicking on the video and welcome back to the channel. I've said it many a time in the past, west is best. So I'm actually up on the west coast of Scotland just now, and I'm going to be doing a wee hike up onto Stac Pollaidh and doing a wee camp up there as well. So I'm not going to be camping on the actual summit itself. I think it's going to be quite busy today, so I'm going to camp just off on one of the wee plateaus, but really looking forward to it. Gorgeous, gorgeous weather, as you'll see once we actually get up onto the hill itself. So let's get the bag and get myself organised. Well, what can I say, that's me past the first deer gate. And just that sort of tricky section just at the actual start, reasonably steep and a bit sort of rocky. But I'm away from the car park, and as I said, the car park itself was quite full. So that's why I wasn't doing too much in the way of actually talking. But wow, what a day, an absolute belter. And it's made me a really nice night tonight and really nice morning as well. So hopefully get a sunset, star show and sunrise. Fingers crossed, Scotland, we'll see what happens. But I'm just going to turn the camera around and just do a wee pan round just so you can actually see this, because it's just mind-blowing stuff. Now I'm probably going to be doing this all the way up because, as I said, the steeper I get, the better the views are going to get. But I'm just going to turn this round and just actually show you just now. So I've done a few camps on the top of there. That's Cool Beg. They've been sort of epic camps, really, really nice camps. So I'll put a link to them in the actual top corner. But just look at that. Now, the situation is I've got a bivvy tonight, so it's actually a bivvy camp I'm going to be doing, a bit of a continuation of this theme. I just seem to be preferring the bivvy to the actual tent, but that's because it's pre-midgie. So basically I'm sure once the actual midgies come out and start attacking, I'll be back in the tent again. But I'll catch up with you. I'm just going to make my way further up, and then once I get up to that little sort of first plateau, the views over Sulven and etc as well are just absolutely stunning. So I'll catch you once we're up at that point. Absolutely stunning. Now it's really, really windy, as you'll probably be able to get the actual mic. I've been having a little wander around. It's going to be too windy to actually sleep up in the summit, as I was sort of expecting. The winds are sort of maybe getting up to sort of 25-mile-an-hour winds. So I've been hunting around, just actually looking for a little bit. I've actually had the drone out as well. I had the drone did an emergency land, so I'm not going to be taking the drone out again for the rest of the day. But hopefully got some nice footage anyway. But really nice, absolutely gorgeous day. I'm going to take you over to where I've actually sort of thought about actually setting up camp, and as I said, it's just a bivvy, so I'm just going to set out the bivvy just now so my bag's a bit lighter, and then all the families and people that were actually up at the top, they've sort of gone, so I'm going to wander up the actual top and see how we go. So this bit here looks as if it's going to give me the best sort of coverage all round. So the wind itself is actually coming southeast, which is basically there. So I've actually just got it sort of perfect there, just from the point of view of a little bit of shelter. So I'm going to actually lay the sleep mat out, the Thermarest one, and then the bivvy bag, and then I've actually got the other Thermarest sleep mat inside there as well. So I'm just going to get this set up a little bit just now, and then as I said, the bag will be a little bit lighter, just for actually going up to the actual top. It's just going to be epic. Billions of stars. I'm just going to take a wee 10-minute sleep. Thanks very much. And there is my view. Not bad, eh? Just look at that. Wow. That is unreal. Just so beautiful. So beautiful. Right, I'm gonna have a wee play and then I'll meet you back at camp. Well, that's me on the summit I was wanting to do. I'm just not brave enough there though. But look at it. Just look at it. I'm going to turn the camera around. Absolutely epic. So just going to explore the top a little bit before I head back down to camp, just to make sure that none of my stuff's blown away. Because I said it is blowing a hoolie, as they say. Okay, time to get back to camp. Just wow. Bit of sunbathing. That's absolutely gorgeous sky. So basically that's my fun. I've summited that bit. I've always wanted to. I've only ever done this particular hill once, and didn't actually manage to summit that bit. The wind on that day was just so crazy. There was about 5 or 6 of us, not all together, but all sort of separate. None of us actually did it because it was just so windy. So I've always wanted to come back and do it. So that's it, ticked off. Didn't go over to the right. Might do that in the future sometime. So we'll wait and see. So it's time for a little chill out, and then it's going to be a case of getting some food on. Starting to get a bit hungry. There's only so many jelly babies, so trying to get a bit hungry. So I'm actually going to have one of the Wayfarer meals for dinner, and then it's just going to be a case of sitting waiting for the sunset. Now I do think I'm going to have to move back up the actual mountain to actually get a really good view of the sunset. Now I've also been trying, I'm looking to try and get some sort of connection, some sort of mobile connection, so that I can actually maybe try and do a live or a video call or something like that on it as well. But nothing so far, but I've been wandering around trying to get connection. I might go down to the loch-in and up the other side and see if there's any over there, but I've just been speaking to somebody just now who said that they've been here in the past and they didn't get any, so it'll be a shame. But I said, just a little chill out just now. So I have pasta bolognese for dinner, and I'm really looking forward to it. Really hungry, really hungry. And for once I didn't overfill the water. Right, so that's 7:09, sunsets at 8:26 I think it is. So just time for dinner and a beer. And fingers crossed for a good sunset. Well, what can I say, that's it, just keeping behind the actual mountains there. Absolutely gorgeous. Just stunning, just starting to take the actual bottom clouds and everything as well. And a still completely clear sky, so I think it's going to be an absolute belter of a night. What I have spotted though is people at the top of the actual summit of Stac Pollaidh. So they're way braver than I am, I'll tell you that. Right, I'm just going to watch the last little bit of this and then head back to camp. Well, that's me back at camp now. Just unreal. Just unreal. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. But it's just one of those things, it's great to be able to share it. But it's just the sky's starting to get actually quite orange above where it's gone down, so I think it's going to be like that for a while. So the next thing is star show, and then hopefully, ideally, sunrise tomorrow. So I've ticked one off the actual box so far. I have to say though, so I was actually on another mountain. I went down into the Lochan and up onto the other side, and I was a little bit concerned that the wind has really got up, so I was actually concerned that all my stuff was going to be blown away, but it's still here fortunately. So I'm just going to get my sleeping bag out, my pillow out, get everything all organised, and get changed into base layers, just so that I can actually keep warm before I put jackets on, etc. as well. So get myself hunkered in for a nice night. See you in a wee bit. Just wow. Absolutely stunning. You getting bored of me saying that yet? But look at it, just look at the colours. I think it's time for beer. Well, what can I say? Apologies, losing light dramatically, but what an absolute belter of a night. Stunning, just absolutely stunning. So I have a beer. So I'm going to have this beer, chill out, watch the rest of that sort of colour show just going on there just now, because it is just absolutely mesmerising. And the first few stars have actually come out as well, so I think I'm in for an absolute belter of a star show. So one very, very happy chappy. So I shall see you just before I actually head to bed. I'll catch up with you. So that's the sleeping setup for tonight. So basically Thermarest sleep pad, and then it's actually got the Thermarest sleep mat as well just underneath it. Something reasonably new that I've actually been trying. And then I've got the Rabascent sleeping bag and the Gore-Tex bivvy. So really, really good. Cheeky wee beer. Some water, which I am going to have to get replenished tomorrow. And wait and see the view. Not bad, eh? Well, that's me. Finished my beer, just about to head into my sleeping bag just now, and I'm in for an absolute belter of a star show. It started off, it's really, really, really quite spectacular. So I'm going to try and do a wee bit of astrophotography, see how our actual go. I actually met an astrophotographer on the way up, and he was actually saying that there's a real good chance to see the Milky Way tonight at about 3:30. So I'm actually going to set my alarm for 3:30, and then I'm going to set it for about 5:45, because it said 6:04, I think it is sunrise, but I am going to double check that. So it's going to be a case of, hopefully, fingers crossed, a nice sunset, a nice sunrise, I should say. So we'll see how we go, but I'm in for an absolute belter of a night, so I'm just going to chill out, get into the sleeping bag and enjoy it. So barring any incident, I shall see you all in the morning. Well, good morning guys, that was a really good sleep. Beautiful, beautiful star show, absolutely amazing star show. Lots and lots of shooting stars through the actual night, so thoroughly enjoyable. Very windy though, very, very, very windy, and I did use everything. I ended up using my balaclava, ended up using the sleeping bag liner, the whole works. So I've got about 5 minutes before sunrise, so let's go up and we'll actually see if we can get a good one. Still reckon possibly Coolmore is actually going to be in the way, but fingers crossed. going to have a power bar for breakfast, and then it's just going to be a case of getting myself all packed up and getting off the actual mountain. The wind's maybe getting really strong in a wee while, so I'd like to have spent a little bit more time up here and taking a bit more photographs, but I'd like to try and get off when the wind's not quite so crazy. Because packing, I've been panicking about packing. I just had this impression of my sleep mat disappearing off down the actual mountain, which is my worst case scenario. So as I said, just going to have this, a wee bit of water, and then I'll hook up with you just as I'm about to pack up. I'm just going to get packed up quite quickly just now, just so I can actually get off just before the strong winds really hit in. And it's windy enough as it is just now, as you can probably hear in the actual mic. Okay, so as I said, just going to pack up and we'll see you down the hill. I'm actually going to video it a wee bit on the way down the actual hill as well, so I'll see you on route. Okay, so that's me all packed up, ready to slowly make my way down. Just to make sure, leave no trace again. We're all good. Well, that's me arrived back at the van, just had a quick wee wash on, just put a coffee on just now, so really looking forward to it. But what a trip, what a trip. To actually get all three, to actually get the sunset, the star show and also the sunrise, just phenomenal, very lucky. So one very happy person. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that as well. It's just one of those sort of situations where you've just got to try and grab every opportunity you possibly can to get out. So a couple of videos to edit now, so that's going to be my next task. But I just want to say thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Take care and thanks again. Now again, I've got this really good spot. the moment I step out either side, it is blowing a bit of a hoolie, but this is just completely sheltered. So it's worked out perfect, and I get a beautiful view. I said I'm hoping the curve of the sun, it's actually going to be outside the actual, because I said there's another hill just behind me there, or behind the camera I should say, that might be obscuring my view. But I said I just need to go back up the actual hill for it, so it won't be a problem. What a view though. What a view. Like I said I might have to go down to the lock-in for some more water anyway. I've been drinking quite a lot today. And I've just remembered I actually have a beer for dinner. That is epic. Absolutely epic.